Hey everyone, it's Chad N0YK, and today in this video we're going to be doing a couple of things, but the primary thing is we have a pass of AO7, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this coming up here in about 7 minutes. It is a overhead pass, almost 90 degrees. You can see it's going to go right overhead Delta Murray 98 here on SAT PC32. So we're going to watch it go overhead. We're going to listen to any stations on there, and then we're going to watch the M squared satellite antenna array track it across the sky while we're listening to the passband. And there's been a lot of activity on this satellite here recently, a lot of DX stations down in the Caribbean and things like that that has made this satellite pretty active here over the last couple of weeks. I did want to go over some interesting facts associated with AO7. So AO7 has been around for quite a long time. Just looking at the AMSAT website, the satellite was launched back on November 15th, 1974 by a Delta 2310 launcher from the Air Force Base out in California. It weighs 28.6 kilograms and has an inclination of about 101.7 degrees. I'm going to pop up a picture here. You can see this long, piece here is actually the 10-meter dipole, and we'll talk more about that with VHF, UHF, and then solar panels wrapped around the satellite. So it's a very interesting satellite. We don't have a lot of satellites. This might be the only one that actually operates on some of the HF frequencies. But to continue a little bit on the history, again, this satellite was launched back in 1974. Somewhere around 1981, it actually failed because of the batteries. And then in 2002, those batteries shorted and became an open circuit, and now the spacecraft is able to run off of the solar panels, obviously when it's in sunlight. And kind of the cool thing about it, this aircraft has a couple of different modes. So it operates as a linear transponder on mode A with uplink on 2 meters, downlink on 10 meters. So that's where that 10-meter dipole comes in. And then it has another mode where they call it mode B, and that's the mode. I've operated both modes, but mode A is pretty hard here in the 10-meter downlink. On mode B, it operates on 432, so 70 centimeters up and 2 meters down, and that's what I'm hoping we're going to see here in a second. We have 4 minutes remaining. Before the satellite comes over the northern horizon, but I'm hoping it's going to be in mode B. It typically you see it in mode B quite a bit, and again, it's completely random. Let's talk a little bit about the downlink and some of the power. It doesn't run a lot of power, so the AMSAT site here is showing that it runs about 200 milliwatts on the 10-meter downlink signal, 200 milliwatts on the 2-meter downlink signal, and that's when it's in mode A. And then in mode B, it's actually running just a little bit more on the downlink, which is probably why we're a little bit more successful working stations on mode B. But it runs about 3 to 400 milliwatts on the downlink. And, that's plenty of power. And you're going to see here when it pops up, if it's in mode B, you're going to see that, 3 to 400 milliwatts from a satellite is plenty to work it, especially with directional antennas. It really helps boost that signal. So we have about 2 minutes until it pops over the horizon here. I would say here any moment we're going to see the antennas adjust just a little bit. They're already facing in the northern direction, but we're going to see them probably just correct maybe a couple of degrees. They're pretty much set on the satellite as it pops over the horizon. So I'm gonna let you listen to the sound of the receiver here for a little bit, and we'll watch the satellite as it starts to come up.
Satellite AO07 rising.
Okay, so the satellite AO7 is officially up over the horizon, just barely, about half a degree. But we're going to be looking for signals and possibly the downlink beacon as it makes its way up over the northern horizon over Delta Murray 98. Okay, I just kicked on the Doppler correction feature of SAT-PC32. Do not hear anybody on the satellite yet. There's been some tune-ups. We'll see if we can just barely hear our downlink right there. Again, running 2 watts up right now. So the satellite is 19 degrees over the horizon. So again, it's not producing a big signal yet. Looks like a station here possibly. Another station tuning up here. These are birdies. Or it could be a part of the passband signal. It's hard to say. This is a very old bird, 50 years up in space, does some odd things to electronics, I imagine. We can hear a signal in there. Just barely hearing our 2-watt uplink. Keep an eye on the M squared satellite array here as it is tracking automatically AO7 across the sky. This is going to move pretty rapidly here in a minute or two as that satellite comes up right over the top of Delta Murray 98. Another tune-up signal here. So we got some people trying to find fine tune their downlink and uplink to get those synced with. Sometimes is a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to cut my power back to about 1 watt. So there's right at about 1.2 watts, still making it back on the satellite. Okay, we got some CW. Has a little bit of flutter to it. We got a station now. Cannot make him out quite yet with the CW signal right there. Sounds like an Echo Mike 19. Satellite's at 40 degrees elevation. Again, we're headed to 84 on this pass. And you're going to start really seeing the array pick up here as it comes overhead. There's my uplink again, running about 1 watt. 1 watt on the uplink right there. So Kilo Zero Tango November Tango. So that ham is, according to QRZ, he's located in Wamingo, Kansas, and the grid's for Echo Mary 19. So he's pretty much my neighbor, just on the other side of Kansas. All right, satellite's basically right overhead. You can see these antennas are pointed straight up. Satellite's directly overhead right now. Got another possible. Definitely a signal from the satellite. It has that flutter in it. And these noises, these visuals here on the slice A, this is just noise from the passband of the satellite. It's going to go away as soon as that satellite sets, and probably just has something to do with it being 50-year-old hardware. It does get a little noisy at time, but there's plenty of signal to noise ratio to make a contact on it with a set of directional antennas. You got to just love how SatPC32 integrates into the Flex ecosystem. Just being able to sit here and do some other things on the computer and listen to Bill K0TNT talk on 807, and the software is doing a beautiful job at tracking and correcting for the Doppler aspect of the satellite communication. So you just got to love how easy it makes it, including the automatic rotor control here on the right. It really allows an operator to actually operate if we were in a position to do that, versus having to tweak the rotors. And you need to azimuth and elevation and try to keep up with Doppler. It's a handful of activities to do on top of trying to make contacts when a bird goes over. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We got people trying, and it makes me wonder. All these signals that we're seeing, sporadically. It makes me wonder if folks are just having a hard time hearing this satellite, and they're trying to find their
Satellite
downlink.
ISS rising.
And there's the ISS. It's so funny. One comment I'll throw in here real quick is one thing I've noticed here. We're tracking, I don't know, 10 satellites that you have the ability to work, and 9 times out of 10 they all pop up over the horizon at the same time. We literally have 3 satellites in our purview right now that we could be working. It's so funny how that works. Is they just all pop up at the same time. So about 7 minutes left on this pass. Again, we have people trying to find their downlinks. We had a pretty good shift there. I don't know what caused that, but a pretty significant shift there. Now we shifted back. You can also tell on this satellite when somebody's over driving. It really takes a toll on all the signals on the passband when you have somebody, particularly on this linear satellite, driving the satellite or sending too much uplink signal to the satellite. The satellite does not respond well to it. It just pretty much kind of overloads the passband, and it impacts everybody trying to use the satellite. A lot of flutter on that signal too, that CW signal. If you can pick that out, you're better than me. If anybody's able to pick out any of these CW signals that we've listened to here briefly on the pass, drop a comment of the station you heard. Okay, I think that's going to wrap up this video. So again, that is AO7. It's February 7th, 2026. We got a 50-plus-year-old satellite that is alive and well, and providing communication opportunity for amateurs that want to use it. And there you go. That was a perfect pass of what AO7 looks like from a Mode B perspective. Definitely with a set of Yagis and just a little bit of uplink power, 1 to 2 watts, you can make a successful communication or contact with somebody else on the satellite. Bill, K0TNT would have been easy to work, again, with the microphone complexities with trying to do screen capture and a voiceover, and then working the Flex 8600 remote. There's just not a good way to make a contact. I'm going to look into that. Maybe 2 mics is what I need to make that work. But nonetheless, there you go, AO7. I'll be doing some other videos of RS44, maybe SO50, just depending on pass timing and all of that good stuff on the weekends. But if you have any comments, have any questions, want to see some different satellites, different aspects of the 8600 and the satellite station, please drop me a comment. Please leave some ideas, and we'll incorporate those into future videos. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. 73.